Hi Capricorn, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Capricorn, this is your general reading starting today on the 19th of June. And I was supposed to do a love reading last week, but I was just really feeling out of it. I don't quite know what was going on. You could consider it to be just a normal weird flu. I think it was due to an influx of energy somehow, some way to the earth, because I've been feeling that way before when there's like strong energy in the ethers, like weirdly sick, dizzy, fatigue, feel like you have a fever, although you don't. So maybe you recognize yourself in that. That was last week. And I try to force through some messages, but when I'm not sort of in the flow and not that high vibing, it just becomes a struggle, and it's not pretty. So I just decided to let it be, and then just to come back this week. I know there was a few comments about being disappointed that you didn't get your love reading. And I'm sorry about that, but it's going to come back next week, I promise. Capricorn, I have a very, very specific message for you guys. It's like I've been planning your message ever since the 15th of June. So it's only 4 days ago, but it feels ages ago. So the 15th of June, I recorded... Am I lying to you now? No, I'm not. The 15th of June, I recorded the reading for Gemini. And in the Gemini reading, all of a sudden, I would have not paid any attention to it if I were to just, look through the cards and there's something in the cards that reminds me of Capricorn, or there's something that is, having to do with anything, but it just sort of appeared in my head. Yeah, I just heard the word Capricorn loud and clear as I was shuffling or something. It was 1533 or something into the reading, 1433, 1533, because I paid attention to it. And I was like, Capricorn. For some reason, I want to say Capricorn. And then I wasn't thinking any more of it, because that happens every once in a while, and I didn't think of it as anything for me. I'm Leo sun. I've not a lot of Capricorn in my chart. A lot of Libra, a lot of Virgo, Leo, but not so much Capricorn. So I wasn't really paying attention to that. And then nothing much really happened until I started to see, like 3 days in a row, I started to see birds in a very particular, like I see birds every day. Birds are not weird. I started to see birds. What? And definitely in Sweden, we have a lot of birds of a lot of different kinds. So it's like, that's not a big deal. But the way that they kept showing up and the encounter with them was really special. And in the order of a crow, I'm going to remember this one because it was so funny. Blue tit. You over that one? And a woodpecker. So that is in Swedish, kråka blåmes is a blue tit. Blåmes. Who knew? I had to check it out because I didn't know that word for blåmes in Swedish. In English, sorry. And then woodpecker, that's hackspett in Swedish. So in that particular order, I don't know if that's any, relevance to it either. And then I'm not, I don't know why this is important, but I am very particular with what I'm inviting to my energy. Kind people are sending me things to read, sending me things to look at. It was a lady not too long ago that said you would find so valuable information if you read this book, blah, blah, blah. And I am so grateful that people keep sending me things, and it's really, really nice. However, it takes quite, I need to feel it, and it takes quite the energy for me to allow it into my energy, because my team is just keep telling me that, stay pure, stay an open channel, add as little information from the outside and get as much as you can from the inside. And so that's what I've been doing over the years, and it works for me. So when I also then choose the channels for so all of this, just stay with me here if you think, where's my reading? This is your reading. This is your message today. And even though you don't get it, and even though, and maybe you're not resonating with it, just like you weren't resonating with another message, like a typical message, but I need to get this one to you. I don't know why still. So I'm choosing carefully. I know it's so dramatic, but I'm choosing carefully the information that I allow to let in. And one of the channels that I'm subscribing to, she's calling herself San Tarot, S-A-N Tarot. I'm gonna put the link in the description box to her site, to her YouTube channel. I'm listening into her, and I just got the inspiration the other day to go to her site. And I only listen to, it's funny because I sometimes listen to Virgo readings and sometimes I listen to Leo readings. Those seems to be the ones that resonate with the most. And she's like one of two that I listen to, and that's it. And not all the time either. So it's when I really feel inspired to go there. And so this particular day, and I knew she has a very, like, she uploads whenever she wants to upload, as I do too, but like it's not a specific date. But I knew that the Leo reading had been quite recent, and it takes a while before the next time it's going to appear. But I still felt such a pull to go in and look what she had posted. And to my surprise, she's posted the Capricorn reading, where it says Capricorn and birds. Just a lot of something about the birds are calling you. I was like, what? And then it just clicked. I was like, wait, I got that Capricorn thing in my head. And over the course of 3 days, I have 3 different, very different encounters with 3 different types of birds in a very, not that they're just flailing about and sounding a lot, but just really, you know. And so I went on to listen to that. Did it change my life? No, it didn't. But it was one synchronistic event after the other in that reading for me. For me specifically, I felt like, and then she brings out, she talks about the series, the OA. I don't know if you've seen that. I figured out, I think it's the Original Angel. That's it's short for Original Angel. I absolutely adore that series. It's only 2 seasons and then they cut it. On Netflix. If you want to watch it, if you haven't, go see it. It's, to some they would say it's so weird. What is this crap? To me, it's just probably the best thing I've ever seen. Really scary. So, and I don't like scary. So the script has to be so good. In that series, so San is talking about the OA and something that is happening in the OA, but she's forgotten, which then I remember that in the very series, and spoiler alert, one of the characters there is swallowing a bird. She's literally swallowing a bird to get to some sort of information. I know and it is weird. It is weird. It's really out there, but I love it. So then I was having shivers like all over my body. I still don't know what the profound message is. I know that the message has started. I have linked, I've never recommended myself. That's just not in my DNA. I just hate it. It sounds like a sales pitch, and I trust the law of attraction that whoever's supposed to find this channel is going to find this channel, not to talk somebody into come to listen. So it's the first time ever that I posted this particular incident for me. I posted it on the Capricorn and I posted it on the Gemini at San Tarot. And I'm now telling you the story here at Capricorn to maybe go check it out, to go to San Tarot's website and check the Capricorn reading out, even maybe the Gemini reading or something else that you find in there that you feel like you resonate with. Maybe you're not resonating with it whatsoever, but there is a message here some way, somehow. And I, for one, I love when it becomes like a detective type of job. It's like, wait, I got the Capricorn there and here's the birds, and now here she is, Capricorn and birds, and she's talking about the OA that I just absolutely adore, and she's swallowing a bird. It's like you put the puzzle pieces together, and I love when you get to be that tentative, when you sort of have to sharpen your You just have to pay attention. It could have just gone by. Capricorn, Smacricorn, who cares? Birds, yeah. And there's another one. Yeah, so what? And, you know, not listening to that signal to go in to listen to her, blah, blah, blah. So there's a message in this, Capricorn, that you're being given messages right now. This is the most out of not character that I'm doing your reading today, okay? I'm going to still pull some cards. But I wanted to, I've been so excited to tell you this story, and maybe you go, oh, then I'm sorry, but it's just been too many synchronistic events this time around that I couldn't ignore it. And it feels like, even if it's just for 5 people, there might be some significant message in there for you. And at first, you might just listen like I did. I on one day, I got Capricorn, didn't know exactly or at all what that meant, and that it had anything to do with me because I wouldn't pay attention to Capricorn. Would have been Leo or Virgo or Libra, I would have like, maybe there's something there for me as well, but not this time. So I think pay attention right now, what's going on in your life. Really pay attention, like listen to the subtle in-between messages. And the more regular, normal, everyday situation it seems like, combined with a very, very extraordinary, outerworldly, like those two combined right now seems to be the formula, like seems to be the magic that's going on for you. Check her out. Go to the link. She is authentic, all the way authentic. She has a very special way of reading, and I know it's really, it's not the typical 3D boy meets girl. It's very, I love her, I adore her. Is that it for that? So probably, can we find out something more about this? I haven't even talked about the fact that we have number 19 today. So number 19 is all about Prince of Heaven or Princess of Heaven. That's the number, but it's also new beginnings and endings. Strong new beginning, strong ending, and then we combine 9 with 1, it's number 10. So it's a completion of something. You're summoning it up, like something has come full circle. New beginnings, endings, completion. That's what we're focusing on. So you're stepping into something brand new these days, and with all these synchronistic events that's going on for you right now, Capricorn, I've never been on the path to deliver a message this planned out, this strategic. I absolutely adore it. So what can we give Capricorn around this story, or something completely different? I'm like, oh, when's Capricorn? Oh, Capricorn's last. Oh, that sucks. I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait for the Capricorn. Hope this makes sense for some of you guys, and I hope you feel like as excited as I do. And maybe you're not excited in the beginning, or maybe you're crying your eyes out right now because you've been having encounters left and right with birds. Maybe what you're getting out of the OA series, maybe, I don't know. And if you're having like-minded people around you, watch together, because it is a bit spooky. I think, at least, and I am so sensitive to any type of spooky stuff. Capricorn. It's almost like I want to... Okay, so today I'm going to use my outerworldly deck. Because it won't... Let's see what comes out here. That's so interesting. Okay. So we have yet another completion. So we have like 1 new beginning, 9 endings, 10 completion. And then we have we have 5 and 2 here, which adds up to number 7, which is also like, it's ready, it's ripe, it's for you to have right now. I'm not going to say that this... Very much 2 of the same cards. I do apologize. The program reverses the images. So we have red borders here. Talks about a new foundation. You're laying a brand new foundation for yourself in your life. I think whatever's going on in your life right now, that you're shifting. I feel like you're shifting everything. So these cards are telling me the energy version of it and the physical manifestation of it. So it's like we have one area where you work on your throat chakra, where you work on your authenticity, to be real, to show up as the real authentic version as you are, Capricorn, in the world. Here we have commitment to spirit. It's like, it can mean that it's a commitment to another person, and that it's spiritually, like it's divinely guided. It's, you're being put together with this person as we speak. And it can be, I don't know why I get this, but it can be, it doesn't have to be like the next community from you, or even in the same town. I get some sort of out of town connection, even out of country connection. So it's like, it just wants to show. And so now, because it's from the same town or even the same street, you're going to go, you're not it. Don't go there. I'm just saying, trust that the divine can put two people together no matter how far apart you are. It's like what it takes to put two people together, and what you need to do. No, you don't need to do anything. Just trust that the divine is on it. And then we have two fingers here in the red area, which is like laying a new basis for yourself, laying a new foundation, because we have two fingers there. It just speaks about it's extra important for you right now, and that the fact that you're doing that right now is the most important thing for you, to lay a new foundation, to start over from scratch in probably almost every area. So that's you being authentic, that's you in with your spirit life, your divine, like your connection to spirit and connection to yourself. It's also the health regime that you're going through. It's like anything that has to do with your body, that has to do with your diet, just health-wise, it's important to you. So these are the main things you're working on energetically. And then we move in here, which is spirit again, health, commitment in romance, money, finances, work. And then we see somewhat of creativity, sexuality. That's your sacral chakra over here. But this feels very physical, like we move this into the physical. So you see how similar these are? I just feel like this time around, with this Capricorn message, with this first part of the bird message, and maybe what you're going to find out if and when you go listen to the Sand Tarot, you might have just an extra addition to what's going on right now, and you're taking away something from there. Maybe even go listen to my Gemini reading, to this channel's Gemini reading, and see what you can find there, if it resonates with you there. Okay, so there's this spirituality, like the divine sources or forces are really calling you right now. You're really being asked to sort of step in to listen. Health-wise, I think you're really on the rise here. I think it's not as clear, it's not as, you're not fully where you want to be health-wise, but you're really on your way. There's some sort of commitment here in romantic partnerships that you're gonna sort of find over time, that it has such spiritual depth to it. And I think at first glance, you're not going to see it, but the spiritual depth is there, the commitment in spirit, finances and all of that. One more card, and I'm going to move into the extended. See what else I can find there. Either about this bird story, the OA and Capricorn bird story. What else for Capricorn? Nope. there's something to this crow and blue tip, and it's just something there. Pillars. Okay, so you're definitely building a new foundation for yourself. You're rising up. It's number 4. 5 is change in life path, and number 2 is conversation, communication in relationships. Number 4 is your heart center, laying a new foundation. Is this authority on the bottom? I wasn't drawn to say the other words there, so I'm not going to say them. Authority. It just means that you're taking charge in your life right now, and it's like you're coming in with a sort of superpower energy that I feel like you haven't felt in a really long time, and you're building something up. You might be dealing with a Libra, you might be dealing with a Gemini. So there's the Gemini again. But the focus is that you're building something from the ground up. And I think what you're building, eventually it might be a house, eventually it might be a business, it might be a relationship. But I think for right now, you're building yourself. You're claiming your energy, you're claiming your power, and you're coming into a really, really awesome place. Combined with this bird message, being called into spirit, you've awoken something, you've awakened something. There's I don't know, it's really mystical, and I don't like when it's mystical. Because there's nothing mystical about the universe. Everything is very, very clear. But I think that there's something like this little, when I puzzle pieced everything together, that sort of mystical, that you're like finding little pieces here and there and putting them together and finding out what the result is. There's going to be like a present at the end of all of this. Okay, I hope is an uplifting message and not too disappointing what you thought you were going to find here. And that you're equally excited as I am for your bird story. So, yeah, I'm going to move into the extended and see what I can find there. If you feel drawn to it, come listen to it. If you feel drawn to the Sand Tarot, go listen to it. She's awesome. If this is not what you wanted, I see you back next week for your love reading. Take care and happy midsummer. We're celebrating midsummer here today. Glad midsommar allihop. Bye.